In searching for games, the first place I found myself was the Addictive Games hand-eye category. These spinner games were active and satisfying in a geometric and sort of visually spatial kind of way. You could shoot at angles or in combinations to make things happen to these colorful, bubbly balls. But point and shoot was definitely out, so I ended up joining a game site called Kongregate, which has many online games. Thousands of players are in this site, and you can go to the chat section and get advice. Here I'm getting advice from a babysitter who helped me with badges. I found the disclaimer interesting. We are not responsible for any mouse or keyboard damage that may occur while attempting impossible achievements. The game I found myself absorbed in was Home Sheep Home. There's 3 sheep, big, little, small, and they have to work in patterns and different variations to get across obstacles. There's definitely hand-eye, but also what I see as a very valuable asset for learning is the logic and reasoning that goes into the game. A student would have to look at combinations and sequencing and grouping of these sheep in order to successfully accomplish the tasks. A little lamb can crawl in small spaces while the big lamb can push heavy objects and the medium lamb can jump. So there are different orders that these sheep have to go. And since scoring is recorded, students can make comparisons according to their achievements and those of their friends. With that, interpersonal learning styles can be fostered through the use of this discussion board. So is this fun game of logic immersive? That's debatable. When reading Barab and others on why educators should care about games, it's because students' interests are sparked by games, and players use knowledge, skills, concepts that help them to make choices. Logic and reasoning were used in the sheep game to help players make choices. Because of this gaming course, I developed a game in my art room with the children that navigated choices and learning and fun and excitement. The children were focused on learning the game.
And the game is going to be a parts of art game. And I'm going to give you each a few cards. And on the cards, you're going to have to draw shapes, color those shapes in, lines. They can be what kind of...
The children immersed themselves in the materials and created their own game pieces with clay and pipe cleaner, and the game cards with markers, and they had a game board that they created. Their piece moved along the game board in concert with the cards they produced. Not only were the children game players, they were game makers and critical thinkers.
What if you want to move more than 10? So, this how it works is, say Natalie picks up a square or a diamond, and then I go after her, and then I pick up a square, and then I get to move. How do you get to move?
Wonderful question.
There's a teacher pile and a student pile, and when the teacher pulls a card, if your card matches, you move forward. Students are assessed if they can make pairs of cards with colors, shapes, and line, as well as make a game piece and a game board. And then the fun begins.
You have a spiral or a purple line?
Oh, yeah!
A spiral or a purple line? All right, now let's see what we can find. What parts of art can we find here? The color red. If you have
I got it! Oh, I got it!
Clearly, immersing children in gaming with content does provide an enjoyable experience. Finding games that were logic and reasoning based or immersing children in game making all seemed like they had educational value, but I continued to look for more. As Barab and others suggested in the article on transformational play, finding games that provided character role and experiences where students could problem solve, those were valuable as well. Here, Kalu, the little boy cartoon character, takes students or players, young elementary players, through roles. They could be builders, or they could design interiors. They could be circus performers or train conductors. In any of these roles, the students are immersed in the experience and given opportunities to make decisions and problem solve and learn about the world around them. Students are assessed by completing these fun adventures, and they can print their pages to see their accomplishments.